I've gotten so used to saying good morning when I press the record button that I said it without pressing record too. All right, I'm well this morning. I'm pretty well. I have normal pain levels for me, which are quite low. It's like a line of fire, ice fire, from below my right scapula to behind my right ear, and somewhere in my neck it turns into aches, and not icy but more achy. Okay. There's a nerve in one of my teeth too that's kind of responsive to that pain. It's just on the same pathway, I guess. So when that tooth branch starts to bug me, I know that that part of my neck is probably really swollen. It's probably really swollen, and when I checked my knee this morning, it was like banana snow, like swollen, ridiculous. Not only is my Baker's cyst really large and entertaining for professionals to look at, apparently, but sometimes when it gets even more swollen, I feel even more tightness. So I checked my knee this morning, and there's two bursa like right on the outside of the meniscus in the middle, and they're both really popping up today in a gelatinous kind of way. Ew. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so that's it for the pain, and that's not so bad. And heading into day 2 of the too much heat, and that is okay too, because I am taking care of it and going into the air-conditioned space, even though it's not ideal. It doesn't let me lie down when I need to. I'm just modifying my routines and doing what I need to do. I scrolled a little bit in the wee hours of the morning on social media, and I got the sensation once again that I need to leave Facebook for a while. And I've realized that I'm having trouble. I'm still recording these videos often, but I'm having trouble uploading them, which means either I'm feeling less need to show that I'm in need, so that means I'm more on top of things for myself, or it means that the actual need is reduced. In either way, it's not so bad. But what I was thinking is that we're coming up on about a year. Well, it'll be a year at Christmas time. So I'm feeling like, so it's about 3/4 of a year, and I'm feeling like I need to condense the information, and I need to sift through it, and I need to do some editing, and I need to like put it together somehow in a project somehow. And it's unfortunate that I'm feeling this way, because I'm also feeling like there's another art project on my mind that's like, do. But what I want to do, okay, this is good. I'm thinking out loud. I think what I'm going to do, so I have this project called Medical Me and a film called Bad Poo. But when I screened it with my partner, and she said it was very hard to watch, very difficult emotionally, especially being my partner, right? It's very vulnerable. And you hear me pooing, but you hear me suffering is what you hear, okay? And not the kind of suffering that your mind can do anything about. Like, it's just all encompassing, right? So you hear me in it. And I thought that having turned the visuals into a painting, that one would be able to hear what's happening with the mind focused on the painting, but it was too much still. So I will contextualize it with my years worth of pain monitoring, diarying, vlogging, which means that each video is data. And how will I condense all of this data, right? So what I will do, the process is really simple, is I will take the YouTube generated transcripts. Thank you, YouTube. And I will read the transcripts and I will pull out keywords, and I will pull out key phrases that represent like the totality of what's happening. All right. And I will make a timeline, and I will make a little graph showing ups and downs, okay, in pain, and contextualizing those ups and downs. And it will also include the doctor's visits and the emotional panic as I try to seek treatment for my bad poo, which I'm still actually still seeking treatment. Like, I still haven't seen the colorectal surgeon, who has canceled on me twice on long weekends because, you know, he's probably vacationing. I'm a little pissed. But eventually when I do see him, you know, I have to get over myself and show him my bottom. And yeah, I really don't want to. And the prep for that appointment scares me too, which is two enemas. And like, I can't poo at all, right? So without, this is not true. Obviously I do poo, but I have to help myself. I have to manually help myself. I have to get in there with my hands and pull folds of skin apart. And I have to readjust my stance, and I have to twist a little bit, and I have to breathe deeply, and I have to moan, and I have to support the front wall, or the back wall of my vag is the front wall of my rectum, and there's tissue in between. They're not the same thing, but they're collés, they're stuck together, right? And my rectocele, so my vag, is like it's like a non-support. It's just like stretch, stretch, right? And I've had that surgically repaired twice, but because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, my tissues will always stretch and not retract. Stretch and not retract. And so normally the surgeries are done after women are done childbearing, right? Because stretch, retract, and it's a big stretch. But even a poop is a big stretch for me, all right? So I don't have enough physical resistance or strength for my poop muscles, my Valsalva maneuvers that are supposed to push down, push out the wrong way, because that skin is just not firm. It's just not there. It's scar tissue that has been folded over many times and cut into many times, and it just can't do its job anymore, you know? So I'm hoping that the rectal surgeon will have a different approach to the problem, even though the rectum itself is probably fine, except I don't think so, because of what I feel and what I visualize when I feel, because yay me, I'm also a synesthete. So when I mirror touch and I feel things, I see things. Yay. When I feel pain, I get like fireworks, fireworks pain for gala when I poop every day, you know, greater to lesser extents. But, you know, my nerves are afraid of sensations in the nethers, because even a fart, any sensation, I can't differentiate the sensations anymore. All right, something's matter, something's going wrong. And the repairs are not going to last because of how my body is. And I'm only 51. I've got like another 20, 25 years of pooping to do. All right, so I am going to contextualize and edit and put things together in a more viewable way, partially for you guys, because I want to be vulnerable and I want to be open and I want to be real. Specifically because nobody else is really real about these particular kinds of problems. And there's a lot of women who have these problems even without EDS, the other thing that I have. And then there's a lot of EDSs who have these problems and they don't talk about them. But it's like a fundamental, you know, we need to be able to intake and we need to be able to eliminate fundamentally, right? Okay. So I promise I will be posting that when I can, but September is going to be a bit slow because I've got other things on the go.